Thank you very much, sir, for permitting me. The bill has moved by Mr. Tiruchi. This with respect to amendment of Article 324 of the Constitution of India, where he has suggested that the present provision may be substituted by the provision that the teachers should not be involved in the process of election, and the present provision in the Constitution, and he has suggested that the President or the Governor of a state shall, when so requested by the Election Commission, make available to the Election Commission or to a regional commissioner such staff, excluding school teacher, as may be necessary for discharge of the function. So what is suggested by Mr. Honorable Member is that school teachers should be excluded from participating in the process of election. And in the statement of reason and objects, the Supreme Court judgment has also been cited, and apart from it, it is stated that as per Article 21 of the Constitution of India, the education is a fundamental right of the children, and the education of the children is being affected. Therefore, the teacher should not be deployed in the process of election. And the provision of the Act of 2009 was also, the reference of that provision was also made of Section 27 of the Act of 2009. Now, sir, apart from this, the reason and object, whereas the Supreme Court judgment has been cited, reference of the Supreme Court judgment has been made, but it has not been made the other direction of the Supreme Court. Only the Supreme Court direction with respect to that teacher should not be employed in the process of election, but the other direction that the teacher can employed in the process of election on the non-teaching hours when holidays are there, that reference has not been made in the statement of reason and object. Sir, as per Article 159 of the Representation of the People Act, it is provided specifically. So there is no, this bill has been moved for amendment of the article, this section 159 of the Representation of the People Act 1951. In that section, the provision has been made that the Election Commission can requisition any staff, and it includes teachers, government servants, and the various authorities from the various departments, because it is clearly mentioned under this provision. Kindly see this Representation of the People Act, where the provision has been made that not only the teachers, but the Election Commission can also requisition from the staff from the local authorities, staff from the universities, staff from the government company as defined under the Companies Act, and any other institution, concern or undertaking of the government. So not only the teachers from various streams and from various authorities, the staffs are being requisitioned for conducting the election, and for this purpose no such amendment has been moved, and this is a requirement of the law. Under the institute, the Election Commission can requisition the teachers and other staff from various other institutions. Now, so far as Article 21 is concerned, sir, 21A of the Constitution of the concern, it speaks about the fundamental right of education. But no way the fundamental right of education is being interfered of the students. And as far as Article Section 27 of the Act of 2009 is concerned, it specifically provides that the services of the teachers can be taken. Although this Act of 2009 came into effect after the Supreme Court judgment, but under this provision, the specific provision has been made that the services of the teachers can be taken. It provides Section 27 of the Act of 2009, provision of deployment of teacher for non-educational purposes. No teacher shall be deployed by any non-educational purposes other than decennial population census, disaster relief duties, or duties relating to election to local authority or the state legislature or parliament, as the case may be.
This is the RPI.
Yes, Right to Education Act. So even under the Right to Education Act, where the fundamental right of education has been prescribed, the provision has been made by the parliament that the services of the teachers can be requisitioned for the purpose of election, for the purpose of election of the state legislature, for the purpose of election of the parliament, and the election of the other local authorities and bodies. Therefore, the specific provision is there. So, apart from the Article 324 of the Constitution of India, the provision is also there under Article 159 of the Representation of the People Act. The provision is also there under Section 27 of the Right to Education Act. But no such suggestion has been made by the honourable member that the amendment should also be carried out on these provisions, and these are the institute in force. So this provision was made under Section 27 after the Supreme Court judgment, and it specifically provides that the services of the teachers can be requisitioned, the teachers can be deployed in the process of election. Now, sir, coming to the Supreme Court judgment, there is no blanket order which has been suggested by the honourable member. The honourable member has suggested as if the Supreme Court has directed that deployment of teacher is prohibited.
No, honourable member said that is an observation of the Supreme Court.
Yes, sir. Now kindly see the observation of the Supreme Court. This final in para 32, we would, however, notice that the Election Commission before us also categorically stated that as far as possible, teacher would be put in electoral roll revision works on holidays, non-teaching days, non-teaching hours, whereas non-teaching staff be put on duty anytime. We therefore direct that all the teaching staff shall be put on the duties of roll revisions and election works on holidays and non-teaching days. Teachers should not ordinarily be put on duty on teaching days and within teaching hours. So in pursuance of this, the Election Commission has time to time also issued the orders way back in 2008, making it clear to all the concerns, and whereby it is made clear to the respective authorities that the teachers should not be deployed in view of the Supreme Court judgment, and the order was issued by the Election Commission on 28th of January 2008. I am reading, sir, quote, as of now, a holiday is declared on poll day. The Commission desired that if the day of dispatch, the day of the most of the polling party are dispatched happen to be the teaching day for the schools, then the day should also be declared a local holiday for schools wherever necessary. The Commission further directs that whether teachers are appointed as the presiding officer and other polling officer, the training session for them shall be conducted as far as practical on holidays. So these are the orders. Not only one order, there are so many other orders were also issued. The order was also issued. So in considering the situation, in view of the order of the Honorable Supreme Court, the Election Commission has directed the following. Whenever the teaching staff is put on duties of the poll roll revision, the DOs, EROs shall prescribe holiday and non-teaching days and non-teaching hours as the duty period of this work. Such appointees may be asked to our teaching hours and for undertaking roll revision work during roll revision wherever the teachers are appointed as designated officer to make. So it is clear that even the Election Commission has taken the precaution, and the bill moved by my honourable member is devoid of any force and is lacks merit, because question is when in pursuant to the decision of the Honourable Supreme Court, the Election Commission has issued the necessary orders, and those orders are being followed. So apart from this, sir, now looking all these things aside, we have to see the Article 51 of the Constitution of India, which specifically provides the fundamental duties.
51 capital A.
Yes, sir. Now, sir, 51 capital A, fundamental duties, it shall be the duty of every citizen of India. D is relevant to defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so. Now, the election is basically a sovereign function, and it can't be conducted through the staff outsourced from various agencies or the private people, because it is a question of accountability, and it is a national service, And participation in democratic process is a national duty. So in the Constitution itself, and after reading the Constitution, it is clear that it is the fundamental, not only a fundamental duty, but it is under the preamble of the Constitution, the process of democracy is one of the preamble and basic foundation of the Constitution of India. Sir, apart from these provisions of the Constitution and apart from this statutory provision, the democracy in our country is basically, whenever the elections are held, it is just like a celebration. So it is not only this democracy in our country, as per our Constitution, is a basic structure, and it is above fundamental right. In case of conflict between fundamental right and basic structure of the Constitution, then the basic structure will have a overriding effect. So the democracy is since the preamble of the Constitution of India and the basic structure. And not only this, not only our students, but even the foreign universities, foreign students, they visit India see that this is one of the biggest democracy in the world, how elections are conducted, and even months together they stay here and they study the election. So it is basically education. It is not a wastage. So in other words, it is wrong to say that it is a wastage of the teachers' time and wastage of the teaching hours. And to my mind, not only the teachers, there must be a participation of the students in the process of election. So the necessary amendment, I suggest Mr. Tiruchi, so you should move a bill for making it provision that not only the teachers, students should also participate in the process of democracy, because it is a cardinal principle of the Constitution of India and the preamble of the Constitution of India. So, sir.
Unbecoming of a minister.
Please.
So, sir, now when we talk about the education, now we are in digital world. The technology is expanding so.
Is provoking you, sir.
No. Please,
Be
cool.
So now, sir, in a democracy like this, where we can provide the education, and time is not far away, we can have a 3D animation form of education all over the country in all schools. Almost 4 lakh schools are there in the senior secondary schools are there in all over the country. So the need of the teachers will be less. So the participation of the teachers should be there in the election process. Participation of the students should be there in the election process, so they can learn. And it is also part of the education. We can't say that it is not a part of the education. Democracy, to learn about the strength of the democracy of the country, it is a part of the democratic process. And it has also been cited that the paucity of the teachers are there. I came to know that the matter is pending before the Supreme Court on the question of the paucity of the teacher. So on that count, I would not like to comment that, and it is not within the domain of our ministry. So I have already said that the process of the election is a democratic process and it is a sovereign function. We can't outsource the staff from various private bodies. It is to be conducted by the employees who are accountable, who are responsible. So not only the participation of the teachers, I have already referred under section 159 of the Representation of People Act 1959, that not only teachers, we are taking the staff from, Election Commission is taking the staff from various government departments, and not only the government department, but local authorities and other authorities also, even the government companies also. So it is also one of the functions of the government that the conduct of the free and fair election, and for this purpose, because we need large number of employees to conduct the election. And in rural area of the country, where in every part of the country, only the schools, where the employees are spread all over the country, and they are better equipped to participate and conduct the fair and proper election. Therefore, participation of the teacher and the participation of the student should be made mandatory for a healthy democratic process. And it is an experience which is gained by the teacher. It is experience which can be gained by the student. And if the participation of students is not there, then the participation of the teacher can be there, and those experience gained by the teacher can be taught in the schools to the students for the how our democracy is functioning. And looking to the number of booths, now approximately 10 lakhs polling booths are there in the country, and approximately 8 lakhs polling personnel are being employed. Therefore, the teacher alone are not enough. So, from the various streams, the Election Commission is requisition. Requisitions are being sent by the Election Commission for conduct of the election, and that's why, sir. So, our Honorable Prime Minister has suggested that there must be a deliberation on the issue for conduct of the simultaneous election of the Parliament, Lok Sabha, and the state legislature. So, I also thank all the members who have participated, like Vipulov Thakur, Ganeshan, Honorable Ganeshan. He has also suggested use of technology for the education. Vigila Satyan, K.V. Ramchandran Rao, Anand Bhaskar, and A. Navneet Krishna, Shankar Bhai Bhagat. So, sir, I request Mr. Tiruchi kindly withdraw his bill. Thank you very much, sir.